So it is such a pleasure. I'm here with Wayne Pacelle. He's the CEO and president of the Humane Society of the United States. Thanks so much for joining us.
Glad to be with you.
I know that you're in town for book tour.
Yes, I am.
The book, The Bond.
Right. Yes.
And I want to start out with a compliment because
Love
I put a little post on our Facebook page that you were coming to town. I said, if you have any questions for him, bark at us. But Margie from St. Charles said that you went door to door in St. Charles asking for votes on Prop B, just like they did. And she says that she was really impressed with you. So, of course, what I want to start with is Prop B,
yes.
which is, you know, still really on the minds of many people in Missouri. It was such a victory that it passed,
Yes.
and then such a letdown when it was basically, really, might as well say it was repealed.
Yeah. Well, it was outrageous, really. You know, we worked so hard, and the people of Missouri supported this ballot measure. I mean, there was a big debate. Both sides had their say. And then when the votes were counted, Prop B passed. And the way the system is supposed to work is the legislature is supposed to respect the verdict of the voters. And the Department of Agriculture, in this case, is the executive agency, is supposed to enforce the law. But right after the measure passed, we had an attempt by some rural lawmakers to unravel the ballot measure, and the whole thing became a big issue in Jefferson City. And at the end of the day, narrow majorities in the House and Senate, they were both bipartisan. I mean, you know, many Democrats were with us, and Republicans were with us, but you know, it wasn't just one party that was trying to repeal this. They did vote to repeal, and we had hoped that the governor would be a backstop and that he would veto this. But instead of that, he forged what he called a compromise, which repealed a lot of the core provisions of Prop B, but he tried to kind of soften it by saying that he was going to provide money for enforcement. So we want enforcement. We think that's very important and very good, but there's no reason that Prop B should have been repealed in any way. It hasn't even been implemented yet.
Right. What kind of message does that send to the public when we vote for this enforcement, and yet, how are we supposed to feel about this?
I think it sends a horrible message when a small number of legislators who are elected by the people try to substitute their judgment for the people. I mean, somehow it's okay for the people to elect them to office, but those very same people are deciding Prop B, and somehow they didn't know what they were doing. They were very smart when they elected them to office, but somehow stupid when it came to Prop B. I mean, it's so arrogant. And I just think it's outrageous, and that's why we at HSUS are going to be backing Your Vote Counts, which is a constitutional amendment that we're going to be backing to require a 3/4 majority of the House and Senate to amend or repeal any citizen initiative on any topic.
I have another question from one of our Facebook friends, Karen from California.
Yeah.
Where are we on the amendment to a congressional bill that would make it illegal for horses to be shipped to Mexico and Canada, killed in slaughterhouses, and then shipped to Europe and Asia as food for consumption? It's supposed to be illegal in California, but apparently...
Well, horse slaughter has been banned in the United States for a number of years. We worked to close down the last 3 slaughter plants, which were not providing horse meat for any domestic market. It's all export. So it's the French and the Belgians and the Japanese that eat horses. And we just got legislation introduced to ban the over state line and over national boundary shipment of live horses for slaughter. So what's happening is American horses are being shipped from, whether it's Missouri or Michigan or Minnesota to Canada or Mexico where the horses are slaughtered. So we're trying to stop that live transport, and that's the big debate in Congress on horse slaughter right now. We may actually have a vote today in Congress on this issue.
How timely is that?
Yes.
Okay.